those negative self-limiting beliefs programmed into us that has been passed on throughout generations. The world is based upon this kind of limited mentality, keeping a lid on how far we can really go within unlocking our potential. Things that we are feeding into our minds consistently, we absorb it and it affects and tunes us to lower frequencies or higher vibrating frequencies. When you don't know a life of high vibration, when you haven't opened up your eyes into the higher vibrations, and even if you've had all the wonderful 3D things that are there surrounding you within your world, it means nothing, because what our eyes see, what our physical form can touch, it is so temporary. This is not where your abundance and your worth is. It is in nothing there that is tangible. It is within you. That worth, it is in spirit. Your happy and joyful life, it is within energy. It is all within energy. The 3D, tangible, superficial things, even our physical body, it is temporary. Take pride in those things. Yes, you can. Of course you can. I take pride in my physical form each and every single day, because it is my vessel. It is my home while I am here walking this experience. So of course I'm going to look after it, so it looks after me as well. But I also don't base my life around these things. I don't depend on it bringing me my fulfillment and happiness, because I am so aware of how temporary this stuff is. It is something to be enjoyed because we have human pleasures. We have our human side, our ego, which enjoys these pleasures, these things that have been stamped off as these are the must-haves in life in order for you to feel successful. This is the lie. This is the illusion. It is not true. You can be so abundant within your energy, and it will put you above short-lived highs that you get out of this life. Understand the depth of our soul, our spirit. When you connect to that, you are truly abundant. You are wealthy beyond any measures that this 3D world could ever put a title on. And this is why I say nobody can come and tell me how far I can go and question me on why I do what I do, because I'm not here to prove myself to anybody. I will always project the best sides of me because I am aware of this, because I don't let people come in and keep me small anymore. Once upon a time, absolutely, they did. I allowed it to keep me caged. All I knew once upon a time was having to walk through life and keep everybody else satisfied, that I lost myself within this mentality. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't even know who I was. And I was always searching. And I have mentioned this in a video before about what my beliefs are toward every interaction that I have formed throughout life. And I will actually link it to this video in case anybody's interested and hasn't seen it, because this is my deepest perception that I have gained so far, and it opened up my eyes to seeing so much deeper as to why I stepped the way I did throughout my life, and what I was gaining through every interaction, and all those struggles and all those hardships and all those things that I thought were fails. They were building me up. They were sculpting my masterpiece that I am creating now, because each of us are doing exactly that. It's just at the end of our time here, we either get to a place where we are satisfied with how we've molded ourselves within this 3D world that we live, or if we're going to be unsatisfied because we never ever got behind ourselves and cheered ourselves on. Because this is where the truth of your value really comes from. It is coming from your own internal belief system. How much do you get behind you and support yourself? Because like I said, everything that comes into our world up until you transition onto a higher timeline, and even while you are walking that higher timeline, you are going to have so much deception come your way. You'll be met with energies that come in and try to block you along your path forward. And it will keep happening until you are able to understand that all of these energies that cycle up are energies you have already been accustomed to facing within all your experiences, past life, this life, whatever, wherever it comes from, it is something you have already faced along your journey of what it means to exist within this universal energetic flow that happens and has always been and always will be. So they will come up, and it surfaces up because we are constantly given choice, that free will to determine, are we going to regress? Do we need to keep learning those lessons that we have continuously been met with most likely? Or are we going to keep leveling up? It's okay to take steps backwards. That's fine. This is life. We do this because sometimes we need reminding. Sometimes we need to be shaken up again, because if things are always good, we cannot expand. We cannot level up. We cannot evolve into more. We need contrast. This is where our potential to grow our energy never ends. There is no limit to how far we can go. I don't believe we have even scratched the surface of what we are actually capable of doing. Our minds have been so conditioned to be blocked off to what our abilities are, because the moment I've opened up my eyes and embraced this truth that I believe in, I put it out there because it's freedom. It's freedom to open your mind and be receptive to all things. This is why I share. It is so important, because I've always been very open to listening to all things and being receptive to life, but at the same time, my self-worth at one point was so low, and these are the roles we are given. This is what we are given, and people don't do it intentionally, but we grow in a world that passes on roles to people and keeps people small unintentionally most of the time. So you can't blame people for how they actually project upon you. They've been projected upon as well. We've all been limited and caged to some degree by somebody. This is how it works, right? But when you can catch on to this, you'll be so self-aware that you no longer want to take part in this blocked up system that majority of people live by, being so unaware. So you will do everything in your power to open up your perceptions in order for you to be expansive within your growth, and then help grow this world in a more positive dynamic. This is exactly the reason why I do not care to live in accordance to these little boxes that this world will have you be put in, and everyone's sitting there going, well, who do you think you are? Well, I know who I am. Do you know who you are? Because if you are that limited within your mind that you need to stay within this conformed, outdated, hierarchy, rubbish system that has been put out there for bullies who want to line their pockets and determine your worth based on a title, I'm sorry, you've already limited all your potential just by that. It's not up to me to decide for anybody else how far they can go in life. But I can tell you this, I don't cage people and say you can't do it. I choose to be in the corner of everybody I meet and say, you can do it. What is it you love? Go for it. Because to me, why wouldn't you want that for others? And this is it, the people who don't support that in others, how come it has to take a system from somebody else who has put that forth in order for you to go after your dreams and say, this is the way it has to be done because it's been ticked off? There was once upon a time where there was no such thing as this. The only difference then is that they actually listened to their heart's desire, that calling that would happen. That is their higher self guiding them to what they are meant to do. That whatever they lived before, whatever energies they're tapping into, whatever they have experienced, they are here to offer that into the world because that's what their heart has guided them to do. But now we are so desensitized to listening to that call because everything is about status. Everything is about being ticked off by somebody else's system that we must follow. This is pure limitation. If you want better and you want to feel like you are living a life of substance, that you are living a life that has some form of fulfillment for you and satisfaction, you need to break through these walls that have been put up around your mind, around your potential of how far you can go within this life experience. Free yourself from this and start paving your own path. This is something we are all capable of, the endless potential that you carry within you. The sky's the limit. It's time to start living your life for yourself and stop listening to the people who try to keep you small. Go for it. You have nothing to lose. Be fearless. Keep going forward and trust that things will work out for you. Keep growing, keep evolving. Never stop believing in yourself.